Hello and welcome to Hard Copy from our channel's television studios in Abuja. I'm Kayla Megwa. As threats of an American invasion in Nigeria continue to cause ripples across the globe, tonight we take a look at the communities themselves, particularly communities attacked in Plateau State. A 10-member committee set up by the Plateau State Governor, Governor Caleb Mutfwang, chaired by retired Major General Nicholas Rogers, submitted that 420 communities across 13 local government areas have suffered violent attacks between 2001 and May of 2025. 11,749 lives have been lost within that period. 35% destruction of livestock, 32.5% displacement, 16.8% destruction of food, 9.9% destruction of houses, and 3.4% illegal land occupation and grabbing. He attributed the root causes of the conflict to the infiltration of criminal elements seeking to exploit the state's natural resources, as well as historical grievances, ethnic mistrust, and competition over land. The now viral video by a Plateau-based cleric and regional leader of the Church of Christ in Nations, Evangelist Ezekiel Dachung, seems to be the last straw that broke the camel's back, opening up the floodgates for a now worldwide conversation as to whether there is an actual genocide against Christians in Nigeria. A conversation we swept under the rug for decades because, well, like all things Nigerian, our insecurity is complicated. And using religion or tribe to define this crisis doesn't tell the full story. Meanwhile, thousands have been killed and continue to be killed despite policy directions, unlimited funding for the military, changing of several service chiefs, and more riot acts read to terrorists than I can count. So, tonight, we talk to the communities. A former lawmaker representing Jos South and Jos East Federal Constituency of Plateau State in the 9th National Assembly joins us tonight, Honorable Dachung Musa Bagos. The grapevine says he's eyeing the senatorial seat and may be joining the APC soon, as will his governor, allegedly. So was Evangelist Dachung correct? Is President Trump the last hope for the Christians in places like Jos? Where is he from? All that tonight on Hard Copy. Honorable Dachung Bagos, welcome to Hard Copy.
Thank you, Kayla. Evening, Nigeria. Yeah.
That video from Reverend Ezekiel, where he was standing in that grave and that mass burial was going on. For many people who didn't grow up in northern Nigeria, they may not understand that that is a sight that many of us grew up looking at. We who grew up in northern Nigeria. You in particular, because you are from Plateau State and you've been representing the people of Plateau State for a very long time. How did you feel when you saw Reverend Ezekiel standing in that grave talking about a Christian genocide in your state?
To be frank, Kayla, any Plateau person that usually sees such a scene goes in with grief, anger, and when someone is grieving at that very particular moment with anger, you will know an individual loses his emotional intelligence, that whatsoever solution that is available for him to solve this problem, he'll be part of it. So seeing that every day and all the time it happens, it makes us wonder that what solution can we have to end this at this very particular moment. And it has reached to a certain point that we now look as if life does not matter. That if you can see people and you can see the reverend in that particular mood and point in time, because as Christians, the reverend usually come to pray. So that has been his routine. Instead of him going to encourage people, going out for evangelism, going out to preach every single day. That is a routine of many pastors, not just him. That was just him in his own particular environment. But I can tell you a lot of pastors at different sites do the same thing. Either one dead body, two, three. So seeing that as a leader and as a representative and one who always interacts with the people, I'm filled with anger. That,
was he?
So
was he? Because that clip has gone viral. It's on CBS. It's on every news station, and Christian sentiments around the world. It's quite shocking. For a lot of people. Is there a Christian genocide in Plateau State?
It's unfortunate that that authorities have allowed what has been happening on the plateau to now have a religious coronation, because this has been killings that started many years ago.
Is it a Christian genocide, though?
Absolutely, because who are the majority there? Who are the majority there? Who are the people that have been killed? So, had it been if it were Muslims that have been killed over the years, it would be Muslims genocide. But absolutely, for how many years that our people have been killed, majority are Christians that were killed. So definitely it's Christians genocide. So it's just unfortunate that it has reached to a point that it now has a religious coronation on. But the major center point that I said was, and has there been genocide taking place on the plateau or not? So let's not ignore the fact that these killings have been going on so many years. Let's not ignore the fact that communities have been wiped out over the years.
Who is the perpetrator?
Absolutely. So
who is the perpetrator?
You and I has always been here that whenever it happens, all we usually hear is that perpetrators will be brought to book. And many years ago, the book of the perpetrators has been empty, but the book of people that have been killed is now filled up in volumes, and that's why people are now crying, and that's why it now has the coronation of Christian genocide, because majority of the people in the book that has been killed are Christians. So let's not divide ourselves into looking at what is happening because that it's Christian. Who cried out? Christians cried out. Who have been killed? Christians have been killed. So definitely it will have that coronation.
But there are times when Muslims have been killed, even in your state.
Absolutely.
So even because I know your state is a Christian-dominated state, but many people say there have been years when Muslims have been killed as well.
Absolutely. So you see, that's why I said it's unfortunate that we have allowed it to take this religious coronation. And the other good side that I looked at, the 12 states that the United States have mentioned out for intervention. And for me, I don't want us to look at it as invasion. It's intervention.
Well, it's the words. It's the words that President Donald Trump used.
For me as a lawmaker, it's now left for the Nigerian government to come to the table with their own bilateral relationship agreement for intervention. Those are the intervention. This is where we are lacking to address the issue of insecurity. Because from the 12 states, you have Jigawa, you have Zamfara. Who are the majority there? Have people been killed in Jigawa and Zamfara or not? They have been killed. So, are you telling me that the majority of the people that have been killed in Jigawa and Zamfara are Christians? No, they are Muslims. But who cried out first? The Christians cried out first, and that's why it has the coronation of a Christian genocide. The Christian cried out first. So we want to see the imams crying out in Zamfara. We want to see the imams crying out in Jigawa. We want to see the imams and the Christians coming together to cry out that, look, this issue is now a national genocide. So until we agree on that perspective, that is a national genocide, Christians are being killed on the plateau in Benue and other places, in southern Kaduna and so on. So as a Christian, my people are being killed. So definitely that coronation of Christian genocide is there. Let's not use religion, ethnicity, and tribalism to be hypocritical about the issue of the genocide that is happening in this country. Because the major center focus is that people are being killed. Nigerians are being killed. Christians are being killed. Muslims are being killed. Pagans are being killed. But at the end of it all, the responsibility of government, as is being prescribed by the Constitution, which has given the president the power, is to protect lives and properties. That's the first responsibility of the president. That's the first responsibility of every leader. That's what the Constitution prescribes. Before any other giving any other responsibility, be it the economic, the first point of it is that to protect lives and property.
Have they failed in that?
Absolutely, they have failed in that.
When the
when lives and properties are no longer failed, people no longer feel the impact of any government intervention economically. People no longer feel any impact because what are you talking to me about road or light when I'm not safe?
The concept of asking for help. In fairness, a lot of people who are in government right now did the same thing. I don't forget, at least, but many Nigerians may have forgotten that there was a time when a group of leaders went to meet Senator John Kerry, remember?
Absolutely.
And say, oh, look at Christian persecution in this country. We've seen that. When former late President Muhammadu Buhari was in office, I remember the same Donald Trump asked him to his face, why are you killing Christians in your country? Because that's intelligence that we have.
Yeah.
For some people who are watching this, so the idea that people have reached out to the American government and say, look, we need help, we're being killed. There are areas where people say this is politics taken too far. Yeah. Why would you air our dirty laundry like that and put us in a position where we're now dealing with someone who has said, I'm going to invade your country, guns are blazing, calling us a disgraced country.
When you have dirty clothes in the closet, when you have dirty clothes in the closet that you have not washed for long, what happens? It creates fungi. So that's the fungi we're all having now. So once the fungi becomes too much, it has bacteria and you become sick. When you repeat it, so having our saying that we have gone out with our dirty linens, for how long? All of us are now facing the bacteria that has been caused by insecurity.
So you welcome Donald Trump coming into this country. Guns are blazing.
You see, not guns are blazing. Me, I welcome any intervention that my people will have so that I will be safe. So that my people will be safe. Kella, you roll out the statistics. Do you know what it means to lose 11,000 people? Do you know what it means to lose almost 35% of your landmass? Do you know what it means that you have a lot of IDPs? Do you know what it means that today the next generation of plateau people within my axis that have lost almost a generation, that children are being killed, that a pregnant woman will be opened up and her child be removed? It has happened. Do you know what it means that for you to go to the monument now in Dogo, Nahawa, and you read out the names of 500 people that have been killed, and today nobody is in jail for that? Do you know what it means that? So when people are at that level that have lost hope, people will be ready for anything. They don't care
the fear
anymore because they have seen the worst. Let's not shy away from the fact. I expect that government should own up to the responsibility and have whatsoever bilateral relationship, the discussion they want to discuss with the US to seek for intervention. That's what I'm to seek for intervention. Look, you have the technology. Bring the technology. We have the intelligence. These are where these people are. So how can we bring technology and with the intelligence we have to be able to address this issue? Because government will not shy away from the fact that a lot of places and a lot of our territory within this country that have not yet been captured, we can't shy away from that fact. We can't shy away from the fact that when we start crying about this issue of insecurity in the plateau, we had about 30-something villages that were captured, communities that were captured. Today, we have over 60 of those communities that were captured. Oh. So now I should say that we should not accept any form of intervention and wait till it's 100 or all the communities have been captured by people we don't know, that people that have no single thing to add to the development of our. When we say, no, it was the Biron people that are crying. Oh no, Biron people don't like to welcome people. Oh, the Plateau people are not. But now, when this issue started, these people don't spare where tribe you are. They don't even spare at a point what religion you are. They don't spare. There are Biron people that are Muslims. They don't care whether you are Muslim. They wipe you out and take over your land.
All right, we'll talk about that land grabbing bit, because that is even in retired General Rogers's report. He mentioned that there's a lot of land grabbing going on. So we'll talk about that element when we come back from this break. Please stay with us on Hard Copy. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Hard Copy right here on Channels Television. If you just joined us, we're discussing the concept of a Christian genocide, especially in Plateau State. And joining us is a lawmaker, or former lawmaker, representing Jos East and Jos South.
Yeah, a former lawmaker that had judicial genocide that removed all of us from the office. You know what it means to remove 7 federal legislators and 16 House of Assembly members unjustly.
Mr. Bagos, who removed
So who removed? Definitely the court remover. So it was a judicial genocide. Well, let's go back to your, by the way, yeah.
But you're coming back, aren't you?
Yeah, by the grace of God.
Since you opened the door.
By the grace of God.
You opened this door. Is it true that you're running for Senate?
Absolutely, by the grace of God. We're running for
What party?
Senate.
I saw an article from the youth from Jos East.
No, Jos South.
Jos South.
My own village.
Yes, your hometown, where they were saying they wanted you to leave the PDP for your political future.
Yeah, well,
they say you should join the APC. Are you going to?
Even in the PDP today, who is going to sign my form? Is it the Abdul Rahman led NWC, or is it the Magoon led NWC? I can tell you, Plateau is PDP, yes. We are so proud of PDP. But then you cannot win election on sentiments. That's the truth. We must tell us we cannot. So as of today, unless before 2027 election, that the PDP put its house in order, but definitely every politician will look for an alternative. So there is a time as a politician you have to listen to the voice of your people and know what the true situation is all about. But like I said, politics is all about ideology. So whatsoever ideology of my ideology, the ideology of my people, goes in line with the ideology of any political party, and that's what my people accept. We run.
Don't you have a time frame before it becomes too late for you to decide?
Yeah, well,
where you're going to run on.
But then you know that the Constitution and whatever gives waiver for whoever wants. So we're still consulting. But we have at the same time, we have a leader who is a governor, and we're so much in love with him. We're waiting to hear what he intends to do, because wheresoever he is, we'll definitely support him. But I can tell you, with the political ideology or loyalty to politics, this time around is evolving that loyalty to politics is to a candidate, not to a party. You know that. In as much as party is supreme, the supremacy of a party depends on the supremacy of the candidate. The most important thing for a Plateau person is for a Mutfang to be a governor. It's not for PDP to be the governor. It's not for APC to be the governor. It's not for, no. For the most important thing for a Plateau person is for a Mutfang to be a governor. That's just what is important. I was just looking at the Minister of Information reeling out people that have been arrested or people that have been prosecuted or people
convicted.
No, I have not seen. For me, the way I'm seeing Nnamdi Kanu's trial, the way I'm seeing Sowere's trial, that is the way I want to see the trial of people that were so-called arrested on the issue of the killings on the Plateau. So you can't tell me today that you have arrested 11,000 people, and I cannot verify or see the courts those 11,000 people are. I have not seen the press following the cases of these 11,000 people. I have not seen the jail that these 11,000 people are in today as a result of. So how do you want me to believe in what you've just said?
Are you alluding to the fact that there may be complacency?
Well, I don't know.
Or collusion to ensure that these perpetrators of killings in your state get away with it?
Yeah, my own is that my people have not yet gotten justice. That is just it. My people have not yet gotten justice. The blood that have been shed, the blood that are still crying, have not yet gotten justice. Even if the king of Saudi, that is a Muslim, today will tell Plateau people that, look, I'm coming to help you, Plateau people will accept. So it's not about because it's Trump. It's not about because we are Christians. It's about because we are looking for justice. So anywhere help will come from.
What is justice?
Want to accept. Justice, number one, justice for a Plateau person is that our lands are being given back to us.
Who are they?
Who are they? When you go there and you see most of these places are being condoned by government that we can no longer access. So
the communities, some people come take over the community, cordon
and
it.
When you go, when you try to get intelligence on what is happening there, you see a lot of mining activities going on there. So, the narration at the end of the day, to our own understanding, is that most of these lands are being grabbed for mining activities, for our mineral resources.
By who?
By who? Well, Kayla, that is the answer all of us are being asked. I'm asking every day. We know, I don't know, you know.
Are they foreigners? Are these people from, are they Muslims? Are they Christians? Are they from Plateau? Who are they?
90% of eyewitness, 90% of the voices, 90% of what we have seen so far, that the militias that usually come to kill our people in Bagos and whatsoever usually speak full-footy. Our leaders have always tried to be politically correct so that we won't be brand. They say, look, if today is a Biron man that is perpetrating what is happening, I don't mind you say it is a Biron man, as long as you can prove it. What's the solution? And as leaders and as legislators over time, we have said, look, if the conventional security at the federal level cannot really go down to look at it, give us state police. And we have become conversing for state police. And I'm happy that, yes, every governor and everybody is talking about the state police. But to me, again, is that if truly we have identified state police as one of the major solutions to address this issue immediately, by now we're supposed to have state police 2 years down into this administration. If within 1 month we can change the national anthem signed by law, which means within 1 week we can sign the State Police Act.
As we wrap up, what kind of collaboration do you think should happen between the American government and the Nigerian government for this intervention that you welcome?
The collaboration should go beyond intervention on the field. The collaboration should go further to look for the sponsors who are benefiting from what is happening. There's somebody somewhere, either within or outside. Unless you get the queen that is feeding and is breastfeeding these terrorists, definitely the information will be. So if it has turned to be a cabal that is behind what is happening in Nigeria, we must name out the sponsors. Because as a Nigerian
government.
Yes, Nigerian government must name
the sponsors.
Yes, name the sponsors. Get the sponsors. Prosecute the sponsors. If you can get wind of a possible coup and change service chiefs within 48 hours.
They said there's no coup.
Yeah, well, whatsoever it is, but whatsoever it is, the rumor is there. The Nigerian, I can clearly spell out 1, 2, 3 issues that the Nigerian government under the current administration have shown interest and capacity. The issue of the tax reform bill. Today, it's something that within how many years, despite the opposition that when it started, they were able to manage the opposition, and today we have the tax reform bill. Despite the opposition, the last administration on the issue of the Petroleum Industry Act, today we have it because they have shown interest and capacity, despite the opposition on the issue of various issues that have to do with what they call it. We have TSA today, so that to put. So why can't you show interest on the issue and capacity on the issue of insecurity? Okay. We're not talking about statistics. We're talking about real-time issues on the ground. Can you today tell me that in the North Central, we can leave religion aside and come together with a common front? I want to see all our governors discussing this, that this is, we're not talking about religion. Because in the North Central, you have only 2 governors that are Christians and 4 governors that are... So can all of them come to the table together and discuss the issue of insecurity and forget the issue of religion?
Okay.
So those are the kind of collaboration and those are the kind of networking we expect and to see among our people within the North Central, the Middle Belt, and even the entire North as it is. But I can tell, the more the issue of you are a Christian, I am a Muslim continues in Nigeria, we will still be backward as a people. So a lot of discussion and conversation needs to come around these issues of insecurity in Nigeria. Because now it is banditry. It has gone to banditry and kidnapping. And once it has gone to kidnapping, kidnapping is an industry.
All right, well, I'm sure we would have to have this conversation again. But I want to thank you very much, Mr. Dachung Bagos, for being with us on Hard Copy. And good luck with all the work you have ahead of you. Our greetings to everyone in Jos.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, well, we will still be pushing. And by the grace of God, Plateau will be successful.
That's Hard Copy this week. I'm Kayla Magwa. Good night.